Today we have Sarika Phatak with us. She has done her bachelor's in electronics and she has done her master's from the University of Texas. Currently she is working as a program manager in Symphony Teleca Corporation. Hello ma'am.
Hello.
So my first question to you would be, what is electronics and telecommunication?
So electronics and telecommunication is a very broad field, if you will. It is all of the appliances, all of the devices that you use, or all of us use in our everyday daily life. It starts from the refrigerator that you use, or microwave oven, or the washing machine, television, all the way to the cars, your medical devices, your phone lines, your internet, everything that you typically use. Many times you don't even realize that you're using electronic system because you don't see a computer, you don't see a machine behind it. But I would say you're probably using at least 10 to 15 electronic devices, minimum of 10 to 15 electronic devices in your everyday life on a regular basis. So it has a very profound, very significant impact on your life. The communication, or telecommunication as we call it, has enormous influence on our lives these days. All of us use internet on a regular basis, all of us watch television on a regular basis, listen to radio, talk to people across the world on phone, even from our cell phones these days, which has become very easy these days. So that has proliferated our life so profoundly, we don't even realize the importance of it now. But we are living and breathing electronics every single minute.
So at the 12th standard level, what subject should a student choose? And we have vocational as well as non-vocational courses. So how much of a difference does taking a vocational course at 12th standard level make if you want to do ENTC engineering?
Okay. The vocational training in your 11th and 12th standard, or even before that, it does make some difference because it introduces you to that field. It introduces you to the basic concepts of electronics, or if you're doing computers, whatever that your interest is, it introduces you to basic fundamentals and basic principles of that area, and you get a heads up when, for example, if you get admitted to electronics engineering, you get a head start. Because you understand some basic principles, you start understanding the advanced concepts better than the other students. However, it is not necessary that you have to take vocational training in the school and in 11th and 12th standard. When you get admitted to engineering courses, your teachers spend enough amount of time to explain you the basic concepts, to get everybody on the same page when it comes to learning. You may have to spend a little bit extra effort to understand the concepts which other people who have taken vocational training would have already understood. But I don't think beyond first month it is really making a difference whether or not you take vocational training.
So what are the skills or traits a student should possess or develop in order to pursue this field?
We in electronics engineering is rather very interesting subject, very broad subject. In school, if you are typically when you're good in mathematics or sciences, people may motivate you to go to engineering. Engineering is a very common branch these days. A lot of people around you take in urban areas definitely take admissions to engineering courses, and that may motivate you to consider engineering as your main stream of education. I believe if you are interested in engineering, if it helps if you are good in mathematics, at least if you are interested in mathematics, It helps you process the mathematical principles behind the engineering. It can be any branch, it can be electronics or computer or mechanical engineering. But I think uh, sound background of mathematics is important. um, Sciences is probably equally important because your basic fundamentals of physics and chemistry are extremely essential for you to understand the electronics concept. And if you don't understand or you don't like science particularly, it'll be hard for you to understand the electronics concepts because they're based on your primary basic science like physics and chemistry. Having said that, if this what I just spoke about were the school subjects that are being taught every day in the school, but I think if you are interested in any kind of machinery, any kind of devices, if when you look at any device, the first question that comes to your mind is, how does this device work? Can I open it and look inside? Can I open it and break it? I think that is the spark that you have, which motivates you to understand more about the systems and devices and all the equipments that you use. And I think that will help you to go and excel in the engineering branch, whatever that may be.
So, what are the courses available, and could you elaborate on the course structures as well?
So, like I said earlier, the electronics engineering is a very, very broad branch, and in India, I think there are courses like pure electronics engineering. A lot of the colleges offer this branch. There is electronics and telecommunication, which is based on electronics engineering, but there are more courses in telecommunication area. More focus is given on the communication area in the electronics and telecommunication branch. I think these are the two primary branches that are offered in India. There are a lot of advanced courses for your post graduation and doctoral studies, which are available in India as well as outside of India. But I think for if you are considering just the engineering part, the bachelor part, electronics and telecommunication are the two primary branches that are offered in India.
So, how well versed should a student be with computers as well as coding to, fit into electronics and telecommunication?
It definitely helps if a student is well versed with computers, with coding, and basic understanding of any programming language. Just the basic introduction. I think it helps because electronics in isolation will not give you a very good idea how things work and how the devices work. It won't uh, give you a very well understanding of your basic courses in the first year, second year, and so on and so forth. However, like I said in my earlier question, uh, it's not absolutely compulsory to know about the computers and the coding languages. You can learn that as one of the courses in the college, or you can learn on the side. Uh, but I think it's based on your own interest. You can take an extra effort to learn that. But I think electronics does not have a mandatory requirement for you to understand computers and coding.
What are the application areas of electronics and telecommunication?
Um, there are lot of application areas of electronics. Now, electronics and telecommunication is one of the application area. Rather, telecommunication is one of the application area of electronics. It encompasses everything: your mobile technology, your television technology, your internet. All of that is communication because you're communicating with another individual with any particular medium. It can be cellular phones, or it can be landline phones, or you're watching a show on television which somebody else has produced. So it is a one-way communication, but nonetheless, it is still communication. Everybody uses internet these days. All of that is communication, which is only one application area of electronics engineering. Another big application area of electronics engineering is semiconductor technology. Now, again, semiconductor technology is a very, very broad area, and anything that has an integrated circuit or any particular electronic circuit in the device, the semiconductor technology will be used for in that application area. So, like telecommunication, even the semiconductor area becomes very broad. One of the small examples, even that's a big example of that, is nanotechnology. Now, it is not connected directly to semiconductor area because it involves a lot of small microscopic and nanoscopic sensors and receptors which allow you to work on a very microscopic or very small area and helps you go through a lot of technological advances. Another big area, that application area of electronics engineering, is healthcare. Any medical hospital or dental, if you walk into any clinic of a doctor or any hospital, you see a lot of electronic equipment, a lot of electronic devices around you, which help diagnose a condition of the patient. It helps treat the patient. It helps improve quality of life of a patient. So I cannot envision healthcare without any electronics engineering these days. It is so involved. Electronics has made such an impact on healthcare that it is absolutely essential. There are large machines as CT scans or MRI machines or X-ray machines. Um, there are tiny devices that go inside your body during surgeries, like pacemakers and stents. All of that has electronics connection to it. Your patient can be treated in the surgical room, in the operation theater, with tens of electronic devices lying around them, which are used every single day to save their lives. So I think electronics area has a huge impact on healthcare. Another area is industrial automation, industrial controls. Lot of automotive industry, lot of mechanical industries, your shipping industry, your logistics. Everything is dependent on electronics because things get driven by electronics, and that is a great impact on humanity. So I think electronics engineering has transformed the humanity, transformed the quality of life, improved our conveniences, and has gotten closer to each other.
So, after graduation, what are the different opportunities for a student regarding further studies as well as working?
After graduation, if you graduate and become an engineer, now you can graduate out of college by getting an engineering degree or a diploma. Uh, the diploma is a shorter course. It is a 3-year course after 10th standard, and electronics engineering is a 4-year course after 12th standard. The diploma students can again take admission for the engineering course and graduate again by becoming an engineer. After you become an engineer, there are a lot of advanced courses available for post graduation in India and outside India. There are master's courses which are available in electronics engineering or any advanced field that is related to electronics engineering. Um, and if you want to continue the education, sky is the limit. You can do a PhD in electronics. You can do a postdoctoral studies in electronics. There are a lot of opportunities available. If you think that becoming an engineer is end of your education course, then you can also find a lot of job opportunities, employment opportunities that are available in India, outside India, across the world. Um, there are a lot of companies in and around your town that hire electronics engineers. You can also, if you can also start your own business. This is a very good self-employment opportunity area, which you can utilize your skills to start your own business, start your own company, and create some products or provide some services to other companies. You don't need a lot of capital, you don't need a heavy machinery to be able to start your own business. You can start out of your small house or a small room, and as you become successful, you can expand your business. So it's a great self-employment opportunity as
So
well.
for electronics engineers, what are the research opportunities available?
There are a lot of research opportunities available. Uh, Research is being conducted in electronics area or applied electronics area all over the world every single day. And a lot of investment is being made in this kind of research. Uh, Typically, people start working on research after their post graduation because they have acquired more knowledge after your graduation as well as post graduation. But there is no rule that you cannot start a research after the graduation is completed. There are companies who are doing great research. Just one of the examples is um, the entire world is concerned about global warming, and there are a lot of efforts that are being done to prevent or reduce the speed of global warming. So everybody is looking for alternatives for fossil fuel that we use every single day. There is a great research that's being done in solar energy. If you've just recently heard, the battery capacity is increasing multifold every day. The battery has the storage capacity has become better. The charging capacity has become better. The sizes have become smaller. The flexibility of the batteries is becoming better and better. Pretty soon, I have no doubt that you can see a flexible cell phone that you can fold and put it in your pocket. Um, so there is research going on in that. There is research going on in wind power and hydraulic power, hydroelectric power, safe atomic power, or biofuels. There's a lot of research going on in that. And electronics has a big part to play in all of this research. There can be basic sciences or biology related research, but I think electronics will have to play a big part in all of that research. There are great opportunities available. Um, Even in small towns, there is research going on every single day. So my um, my sincere recommendation is to understand, find your passion, follow your interest, follow your heart, and be part of a research community that is available.
On a concluding note, I would like to ask you, what would you advise students?
If you want to become a successful electronics engineer, you I think have to become inquisitive first. If if you ask a lot of questions, if lot of questions come into your mind, if everyday things interest you, if devices around you, if equipment around you uh, make you feel that you want to open it and look inside, by all means, open the devices, look inside, ask the questions to your teachers, ask the question to your parents, try to find out answers. All of us are living in a great age these days that an enormous amount of information is on our fingertips these days. Use internet. Find answers to the questions that you face in everyday life. uh, Read books, read everything, read books, look information on the internet, talk to your friends, ask questions. The more questions you ask, you will get more information, and that will challenge you to find more information even further. And I think that will make you better electronics engineer or a better person in your life. It's just that the school classes, the lectures, the textbooks is only part, or I would say a very small part of education. The bigger part is asking questions, finding information, and putting your own mind to it. And then that's the key to success.
Thank you very much, ma'am. As you said, being curious, being updated, and all this, it will definitely help our students to make a decision. Thank you very much.